Oh, Caroline, I have to tell you. So today I finally lit the candle that you got me for my birthday, the one from Candles of Tomorrow, the Maelstrom one.
You lit it?
I did. It was too stressful. So I turned over to my Zen fountain and I lit that thing. And it was heaven. It's easily like one of the best candles that I have ever gotten.
I love a Disney candle, but these have the little wax shapes on top that go with whatever
this
attraction.
one has the wax Viking boat, and it's the coolest thing ever.
But my favorite part when I packaged it to send to you for your birthday was the label. The label made me laugh out loud.
So if you are looking for a new candle for your home, we at Poor Unfortunate Podcast highly recommend that you check out Candles of Tomorrow at candlesoftomorrow.com, or
my favorite way, looking on Instagram, and they are just at Candles of Tomorrow, and you can see all of the products that they sell on their Instagram, and there's a link right in their Instagram page right to the website if you want to order. They are the best.
They're the best.
Candles of Tomorrow. We love you.
Buy their stuff.
And they turn around and find
I am lost in the woods, north, south.
That's my new fall album.
It really is. I was listening to it last night as I was working.
listening to it yesterday too while I was working in my room.
I was working on this. I was laying on my bed and I was listening to Frozen 2 because that soundtrack slaps.
I was putting away all the clothes I moved out of the apartment and I was like, some things never change.
Wow.
That one didn't age so well for me.
No.
But on the whole, I've been a saint to those poor unfortunate souls.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Poor Unfortunate Podcast. I am Caroline Ametti.
And I'm Connor Perkins.
I can't not like.
No, it's this moment is like
this
no
moment
one knows
is so
what to do
it's so
with this
filled
moment.
and yet so empty.
Yeah, hi friends. Hi friends. We're still navigating what the hell we're doing in this little moment after we introduce our names. So that's where we are right now.
Oh yeah. So I think that's probably why yesterday I watched who knows how many 2 hours of Disney ride-throughs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it was just like, I just needed something to just like go past my optic nerve. I don't know. I wanted to find out from you if you were ever going to watch the ride through of the new Beauty and the Beast ride from Tokyo, because I watched it yesterday and I know that you're not so sure.
Well, no, I haven't watched it yet.
Okay.
I haven't watched it. I'm going to watch it. I mean, there's like a part of me that's like, I want to wait until I can experience it in person. But no, I just have to come to terms with the fact that like Tokyo is not going to happen for a while. So I might as well not deprive myself of that joy. So
yeah, I really also just really want to talk about it with you. So go watch it.
I will. Also, like, I think the other thing that's kind of like swaying me on riding it is that it's going to be different when you ride it in person because the ride vehicle moves so unlike anything you've ever ridden before that like it'll be very new. Alrighty, so let's jump into the episode, shall we?
Yeah, let's have some fun. Let's do this.
All right, so this is our wild card episode. We've cycled back again, and we have decided that because things in our life have sort of been a little bit nuts right now, we're going to play another game, kind of like this or that we played in our last wild card episode. So for this episode, we're going to have two phases, if you will.
It's game night. It's
game night. So we're going to start with BuzzFeed quizzes. And I've taken one and Caroline has taken one. And I'm going to administer one to Caroline and she's going to administer one to me and it'll be fun. And then we'll have the links so that you all can take these quizzes as well. And then after that, we're going to get into a game of ranking. Do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
All right, Connor, you are about to find out which Disney man are you most compatible with?
What a dream.
Here we go.
Okay.
Question number 1. Who do you think is the most underrated? Prince Philip, Tarzan, Kristoff, the Prince/Adam, Aladdin, or David from Lilo and Stitch?
David from Lilo and Stitch.
Okay. All right, we're going, baby.
He's a gem.
Okay. Which personality trait is the most attractive? Gentleness, playfulness, courage, attentiveness, transparency, or composure?
Attentiveness.
Attentiveness. Okay. Choose a date idea.
Okay.
Ice skating, a candlelit dinner, going to the movies, going hiking, a live music concert, or walking along the beach.
Well, definitely not the beach because I do not like sand. I'm going to say candlelit dinner. I'll be a traditional romantic sucker.
I like that. I didn't know you would pick that. Okay. Choose an annoying characteristic you could live with.
Oh.
Unreliable, quiet, immature, messy, arrogant, or clingy.
Oh, I want none of these.
I know.
I think I would say messy.
That's the most livable. But how do you deal with arrogance? Like, damn.
I can't deal with arrogance. I can't deal with immaturity. If they're too quiet, oh Lord, oh my God.
I know. I could. That's what I would rank as my least
Maybe
favorable
I'm
quality.
sorry. I'm going to need to go to an opening night and I need you to be able to take care of yourself.
I feel like you and me have that in common. That's our number one attraction factor is we leave you at our opening night and you'll be fine. That's it.
If I'm being interviewed at a step and repeat, I need you to be able to make conversation and be okay.
It's so true. Okay. Which gift would you like to receive? So translate it into whatever it would mean for you. A necklace, an elegant gown, a huge lavish feast, a stallion with a stable, or a road trip.
I'd say a road trip.
A road trip?
Yeah, I feel like that would be fun.
I think that's a sweet thing. Is quality time your love language?
I don't remember what mine was.
You have to. Okay, we'll do that next time.
Yeah. Well, no, I had taken it before, but I forget what mine was.
All right. What brings you the most joy? Partying, finding and wearing cute outfits, watching movies, enjoying the outdoors, excess money to spend, or being by the ocean?
Watching movies.
Mine was excess money to spend because I am shallow. All right. Choose a positive quality. Environmentally conscious, funny, good memory, good moral compass, good listener, charming.
Good moral compass.
Good moral compass.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. This is a little bit harder, but I will describe to you. So let's choose an outfit. So the first one is Prince Eric in his wedding outfit, the white.
Okay.
The next one is Prince Philip in his forest outfit, the black and the brown.
Yeah.
The next is Adam's, blue jacket when he's a human, with the black pants. And then the other one is Prince Ali, the Prince Ali outfit from Aladdin.
I think Prince Adam's blue and gold jacket. It's very my style.
Okay, your result is in.
Oh, God. Who is it?
You are most compatible with Prince Adam / the Beast. The Beast is someone with a tough exterior but has a heart of gold. And that's why he / Prince Adam is the perfect match for you. You definitely love a chase, but you also appreciate someone who respects and challenges you intellectually. You two will never run out of things to talk about.
That's good.
That's accurate for you.
All right. Who was yours?
Mine was a Flynn Rider.
Of course.
Yes, and this is what it said about him. It said, you love a partner who can make you laugh and keep you guessing, and that's why you'll be very happy with Flynn Rider. You're total opposites, but it's part of what makes your relationship work. You challenge his ego, and he boosts your confidence. This is honestly a match made in heaven.
Aw. So mine for you, this is called This Quiz Will Reveal Which Two Disney Ladies You're a Combo of, and it's very thorough.
Oh, yay. Okay. I'm ready.
So choose a color. Light blue, yellow, green, black, red, pink, brown, dark blue, white, purple, or orange.
Light blue.
Choose a feeling: independent, happy, sad, bored, hungry, confused, tired, excited, scared, disgusted. I have a feeling I'm going to have to read them again.
No. It's between two for me. I'm gonna go with independent. Screw it.
Choose a movie series:
Hmm.
The Avengers, Harry Potter, X-Men, Despicable Me, Spider-Man, Lord of the Rings, Pirates of the Caribbean, Ice Age, Shrek, or Mission Impossible.
Harry Potter, obviously, F J.K. Rowling forever and always, but Harry Potter.
All right. Choose a show on Netflix: Sacred Games, Dark, Fuller House, Alexa and Katie, The Umbrella Academy, Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, On My Block, Stranger Things, Money Heist, Dark Desire, or Lucifer.
Stranger Things, because that's one of the only ones I watch.
Yep. Choose a food item: ice cream, salad, cake, fruit, fries, pizza, pasta, spaghetti, eggs, donuts, chocolate.
Fries.
I knew it.
Connor
Sucker for
always
fries.
saves me a fry if he has them.
Your result is in.
Okay.
Are you ready for this?
Am I going to like it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Belle and Megara. You're a perfect mix of Belle and Megara.
Oh my God.
Like these two leading ladies, you value your independence and enjoy learning new things on a daily basis. Although you tend to put your guard up at first, it's worth it to get a little vulnerable from time to time.
I'm so excited.
I know.
That's who I feel like inside. I really do.
I'm so glad that made you happy.
That's the happiest I've been all day. Thank you, BuzzFeed.
Thank you, BuzzFeed.
Who were you?
I was Belle and Megara.
Yeah, I figured, I was like, on this one, I figured with the Disney men, we would get different results. But if it's like which like character you are, I'm like, we'll be the same.
That was fun.
That was fun.
I don't know if
love
that
a
was
quiz.
fun for any of you listening, but it was fun for us. And that's what matters right now. We're treating ourselves.
That's exactly right.
So now that we've done the first part of game night, we're going to move on to our rankings. So the way this is going to work, we each will give a topic that we have to rank 1 through 5. Have you done it so that there are 5 items for each one?
I was going to say mostly, but as usual, I am an agent of chaos. So maybe one of mine has more.
I hate you. So largely each topic will have 5 things that we have to rank.
I wasn't going to tell you
except-
till later.
Except for when Caroline goes off script. Who wants to go first?
You go.
With the torture.
Do it.
All right.
Do your worst.
Let's jump right on into this. Rank these Disney parks nighttime spectaculars.
Mm-hmm.
Wishes, World of Color, Happily Ever After, Illuminations, Reflections of Earth, and Phantasmic.
Oh. All right. Would you like me to go from the worst to the best?
Go from the worst to the best.
All right. I'm going to get so much flack for this. I don't even care anymore. Wishes is number 5. I am so sorry. Like, I remember even before we had other nighttime spectaculars, like when I would watch Wishes, I was like, this is good. This is good.
Horrible. You're horrible.
I know. I knew you were going to get mad. I'm sorry. I don't know. Something about the kitty voices, just it's not my favorite.
Ah, get out of here.
Number 4 is Phantasmic. pretty much just because, no, I love the concept of Fantasmic. We need to keep Fantasmic, but Fantasmic needs some updates. I saw it, when was that? 2 years ago? And it was just looking kind of dated. I really enjoyed myself, but I need something more from Fantasmic at this point. Number 3 is Illuminations. And I love Illuminations. Love it. But again, this is more just of like, this is more subjective just because I saw Illuminations so many times. I feel like it lost a little bit of its luster for me, and I'm excited that we're going to get something new. I love the globe in the middle, and like the water elements are great, but I'm ready for something else. So number 2 is World of Color. This was a really hard choice between 1 and 2. 2 is World of Color. I love World of Color. The only reason like I bumped it down a little bit is because a lot of it when you're there depends on where you're standing. And the last time I went, and we got there early so we could get a good spot, and like I couldn't really see 100% of what was being projected onto the water. So just go watch the 4K version on YouTube. That's probably your best bet. And number 1, and I will die on this hill, is Happily Ever After. I love Happily Ever After. When like there's all these things on all these Disney accounts, it's like F Happily Ever After, wishes for life. You guys are dead wrong. I mean, like you're dead wrong about that. Happily Ever After is incredible. They picked the exact right pieces, Disney pieces to put in it. The projections are incredible. The quotes that they've chosen are incredible. And the slight tweaks that they've made to Disney songs in that soundtrack are wonderful. Like the sort of like slightly more slow but poppy Love is an Open Door to transition into the love section of the fireworks and projection show. So well done. I love the music. I listen to it in the shower. I don't get tired of it. Happily Ever After is amazing. Number 1. I stan.
All right. So mine, starting at number 5,
Okay.
is Happily Ever After. Because I haven't seen it.
You're just such a... Okay.
I haven't seen it, so it's number 5. I'm going to go with what I know.
Okay.
And I refuse to watch it before I see it in person because unlike...
That, I stand by you doing that.
Yeah,
That's
unlike Tokyo, I have a much greater chance that I'll get it to Disney World.
You're going to love it. You're going to love it.
Number 4, I would say Fantasmic.
Mm-hmm.
Because I love it. I agree with you that it needs some updates. I know the one in California got some pretty major updates and it looks pretty awesome. Though I love the feeling of Fantasmic, and I love the feeling of like going back into the park if you've left early for the day.
Yes,
or like,
the walk into the Fantasmic Theater is
so
great.
Yeah. It's so great. Fantasmic, I also have some sort of like, I have some bad memories around, namely from one time when I didn't get to go to Fantasmic because on the way out the door, my older sister slipped down some stairs and we had to like stay with her and make sure that she didn't have to go to the hospital. And so I didn't get to see Fantasmic.
I'm never going to Disney
I was
with
so
you.
pissed. I was so pissed.
You'll leave me behind. I'm not
sat
going
there
with you.
in the hotel room and I was like, can we go and just leave her? And Aaron, to her credit, was like, just take him and go. Just take him and go. And they were like, no, we have one car. And so I sat there and I popped the CD into a CD player and I sat there and I pouted and I listened to it. I'm ruthless. I'm awful.
Bad boy.
So number 3, I have Wishes, because Wishes is about as perfect of a fireworks show as you can ever get. Sorry. I remember seeing those fireworks and I was like, I didn't know fireworks could be like this. Shut up. Number 2, Illuminations, Reflections of Earth, because that show is just like, yes, it's gone now.
The soundtrack is unbeatable.
The
Don't get me wrong.
Is
the soundtrack
incredible.
Is so good.
The score for that nighttime show, it's so good. And just like the sheer amount of things happening like in that there, and it's just like, I don't know. And I also just like really respond to like the feelings of like unity and togetherness and like a global story and like
global community.
I love that it's a nighttime show that is not inherently Disney, that it's
true.
Something else. And then number 1 is World of Color because I'm a sucker
World of
for a water
Color.
fixture. And oh my
Yeah.
God, World of Color just
Yeah.
from when it premiered till now, it just makes me cry. And it's just, it's everything that I would want in a nighttime show. Everything I would
Yeah, this
want.
is what you would make if you ever made
If I
one.
made a
Yeah.
nighttime show,
Yeah.
I would have made World of Color.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your turn.
Okay, here we go. Rank these Disney kisses.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Aladdin and Jasmine, when Jasmine is on her balcony and the carpet pushes Aladdin up so he kisses her. Pocahontas and John Smith in the forest before all hell breaks loose. Belle and Adam after the transformation. Flynn and Rapunzel after he comes back to life. Spoiler. Or, it's a little, out there, but I want to toss it in. Kylo Ren and Rey after he saves her life.
Huh. Okay.
Actually, I didn't rank any of mine, really. I mean, these are hard. Okay, wait.
Okay. I have my ranking.
Okay.
All right. So number 5, I have Kylo Ren and Rey. While I did have a lot of reactions to that kiss because I think that kiss is so loaded. There's so many things happening in that kiss.
Mm-hmm.
It just sort of like, it didn't give me as much sparkle as some of the other ones did.
Oh, okay. Fair. You cannot argue with that. Sparkle is very personal.
Sparkle is the thing. Number 4, Rapunzel and Flynn.
Oh, I didn't expect
Yeah.
that.
Rapunzel
wow.
and Flynn,
Oh,
their kiss is good and it's well earned
Oh.
because it's like we're finally seeing them kiss because we haven't gotten that moment. So it's like, in that sense, it's like, oh my gosh, yes, everything's happy. And it's sort of like the relief. But the other ones, I feel like they all are like either a relief or like the start of something. And so there's just like something a little bit spicier about the other 3.
Okay. Yeah.
Number 3 is Pocahontas and John Smith.
Mm-hmm.
That kiss is like really, really cool. Just like the music in the background is like, it's epic and ominous and like.
And also, I just like the way that she like wraps her arms around his like back and his neck,
and there's
too.
like the leaves and stuff going around them, and like you've got Thomas who's like watching it, and Kocoum who's watching it, and they're all like, there's so many opinions directorially about this kiss. So this kiss is so much more interesting than I think the other kisses are. So that's why it's number 3. Number 2, Jasmine and Aladdin. Because blocking wise, from a director perspective, it's so good. It's so good.
And they both have a little look of surprise and then they both like get into it.
And then the
so
reaction
sweet.
afterwards of like when the carpet and he's just like in bliss and like.
You said that, I just got goosebumps. It's so sweet
that kiss is just
that.
very, very satisfying. Like it's the start of the relationship. It's also like a yes, finally sort of thing. Like I'm really into that one. And it's also clever and cute, and it's got like a little thing going on.
I'm smiling. It's so cute.
And then number 1 is Belle and Adam because fireworks literally come out of their kiss. Like, I'm sorry, their kiss transforms a damn castle. You can't beat that. You can't.
Oh, great explanations. You kind of changed my mind about some of these now.
Oh.
Number 1 is Belle and Adam. Honestly, the fireworks reasoning is valid, but I'm also obsessed with the way that they like touch each other's hair and their faces before.
They're like...
That's like, wow. Yeah, I like that. Okay.
You have stirrings.
Yeah. But this is the original ranking I had. I don't really feel like this anymore, but we'll just roll with it. I had Flynn and Rapunzel at number 2 just because what I remember I felt the first time I saw the movie when they kissed. And just the fact that it was like after this really sad emotional thing. I love when we go from sad to completely joyous and romantic love. And I also just feel like the way that he's like holding her body was like super realistic and very cute. 3, Kylo Ren and Rey, because just the acting from Daisy Ridley and Adam Driver in that moment. I rewatched it today just to make sure that I was correct, because when I saw it in theaters, I fell down my chair because I had wanted it to happen so badly, but I never thought it would. So I literally slid down my chair.
I can just see you doing that.
Oh, I 1000% did. And I just love, again, people are going to come for me. People hate Reylo. I'm totally into it. So come for me. Number 4, I have Aladdin and Jasmine, but like, it's so great. It doesn't
It's
really
so
deserve
great.
number 4. Yeah, it's the one that gives me the most happy tinglies.
Uh-huh.
Even in the live action one too. And when he's just
Yeah.
like, when he kisses her and then he's like, yes. And he falls
Yeah.
backwards. That's the purest, like, sweetest.
They got that one right. They got that kiss right in a way that I feel like
Oh.
the live action Beauty and the Beast one, that kiss wasn't quite as.
That kiss was empty. Don't even get me started. We've talked about it before. I couldn't feel less about that kiss. And then number 5, like, I have Pocahontas and John Smith because, yeah, no, I'm wrong about that. Because what you were saying, which is there's a lot of tension, a lot of people watching, but also the build up to that kiss is real.
Yeah.
Like, that's another movie where you're like, please kiss, I want you to kiss. Like, and they finally do.
I just keep thinking of the like and
And you're like, I'm scared.
And you're just like
It's so true.
you're just like frantic hands.
God. Yes, it's so true.
All right, so I'm gonna jump back into Disney parks again.
Mm-hmm.
Rank these Disney World, so these are very specific to Disney World. Rank these Disney World feelings or moments.
Oh, okay.
All right. So when the torches and pre-show music begins for Illuminations,
So good.
no line at the Haunted Mansion, so you fast walk through all the stanchions in the queue all the way up to the doors. You know that like
Okay.
hustle you do?
So good.
Looking down Hollywood Boulevard at night and seeing the neon Pluto wagging his tail.
Oh, you just hurt my feelings.
You're welcome.
That's so specific and real. Okay.
Passing under the Walt Disney World Where Dreams Come True sign as you enter the Disney World property.
Oh, come on. All right.
And then, please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
Dude, that's so mean. You know I love that.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, shoot. Okay. Wow. I mean, this is weird. My choices are weird, but I'm just going with my gut.
I mean, mine are weird too, so.
Okay. I'll explain.
Okay.
Number 5 is No Line at Haunted Mansion. Definitely a thrill for sure. But yeah, I mean, I definitely feel like yes, but I don't feel like Disney tinglies per se.
Yep.
So this was hard. Number 4 is the torches. Again, I think this is because I've experienced it so many times. I still love it though. Like I love hearing the narrator go, like love it, obsessed. So good. But anyway, 3 is the Walt Disney World sign. It's an incredible moment, but I think I get my I'm finally at Disney moment oddly like more the first time I go into the Magic Kingdom. Like but sometimes we wait to go. But usually like we're on the Magical Express and like some kid is crying and like I'm half asleep because we got up at like 3 a.m. for the flight. So it's still great though. I would love to do it now. Don't get me wrong. This was hard. Number 2 is looking down Hollywood Boulevard at night and seeing the Pluto because ouch. That really hurt my feelings.
That got you.
That like gave me a really visceral, just Disney at night, anything, but like especially like on Hollywood Boulevard at night, I feel very at peace.
Yeah.
And just like I'm safe here. Like seeing Pluto, you're just like, I'm safe here. Like this is I'm in the happy place. Like everything is good.
Yeah.
And usually maybe it's because I feel like sometimes like Hollywood Boulevard at night is like a middle beginning of the vacation thing. So like vacation's not over yet. It's just like you're just like good times.
Cool.
And then please stand clear of the doors. Number 1. I mean, because whenever I hear it, I can smell the monorail. I can hear the monorail doors closing. And I love the monorail. Yeah, I love them. I put them up on the podcast Instagram before. I watch videos of people on the monorail because I play the audio. I love it. I love it. I just love it so much.
So for me, number 5 is No Line at the Haunted Mansion. I love that feeling of like the rush of just like hustling through, especially like PhilharMagic too is another one where you're like hustle through that queue.
And you grab your glasses right before the doors close.
Yep.
Oh, yes.
Number 4 for me is looking down Hollywood Boulevard.
Mm-hmm.
That was lower for me because while I really like Hollywood Studios, it doesn't do as much for me as the other parks.
Okay.
Epcot at night for me is like, I'm a sucker
I
for
know.
Epcot at night.
Oh, World Showcase at night is
World Showcase.
Whenever people do guided meditations, that's where I go. Where they're like, go somewhere happy. That's where I go.
Also leaving, and when you are on the pavement that has the stars in them,
Mhm.
and you look up and you see the ball and it's gorgeous colors, like that vibes more to me than Hollywood Boulevard. So Hollywood
Okay.
Boulevard comes in at number 4. Number 3 is Please Stand Clear of the Doors, because I love that. I
love
it
that
so much. But usually the monorail is what we do coming out of the park,
Okay.
because always for the first time that we go in, we always take the ferry,
Mhm.
because it's just like building that anticipation, and it just
Sure.
feels like the right way to go into the park. So it's lower because it's not as beginning of the trip sort of for me, the monorail.
Mhm.
Number 2 is passing under the Walt Disney World Where Dreams Come True sign, because we always drive to Disney World.
Yeah. Okay. Mhm.
So we're never in the Magical Express entering the property. And usually we stay off property.
Mhm.
So we're driving in a car. We usually have like music, Disney Parks music
yeah,
playing.
and you can all be clapping and
yeah,
like,
and so like we all get excited, and then like
Yeah.
also which entrance do we get? Like, is this the Donald entrance that we get, or are we entering at the Mickey
Yeah.
Minnie one? Like,
cute.
that's always like exciting to me. Again, it's just sort of like, oh yeah, now we're actually in Disney World, because like before I'm in Orlando.
Mhm.
And then number 1,
I knew that would be your
number 1 is the torches.
Yeah, I knew that would be yours.
The torches, and that like sexy like pan flute beat going on, like
yeah,
during
oh,
that
yeah.
stuff, like during like the half hour before, and everything's like, and people are like people are just like,
People are trying to take their spots and
Yep,
scurry to
and
get
they're
their
like
snacks and like get
hustling
ready.
and bustling around, and it's like you can just
Just makes you
feel
want to cry.
you can just feel how alive
You can.
the World
You can.
Showcase is, and
Yeah.
it's like, which
It's like a
country
theater
do you
experience.
pick?
That's why you love it.
It is.
It's like it's the pre-show.
That pre-show music with the torches just like gets
Oh, I
me.
know.
All right, your next one.
All right, I'll do a little bit more movie-ish. Rank these badass heroic Disney moments. Here we go. Pocahontas throwing her body over John Smith's to save his life. Moana facing Te Kā to restore the heart, with all the music and the ocean splitting and everything. Quasimodo claiming sanctuary while holding Esmeralda's body. Ooh, that's a good one. I got chills.
That's such a good one.
It makes me want to cry. Hercules walking up from saving Meg from the underworld, holding her from the pit of doom. And Mulan defeating Shan Yu on the roof of the Emperor's palace.
These are all really, really good.
I think about them and I'm like, oh my God, how epic.
Okay. I have my rankings.
Okay.
And I'm thinking of these in terms of the epicness of them,
Okay.
the scale. And I'm thinking about it like directorially, of like the images that are evoked and the way that all the pieces come together. So not just the heroic moment, but like the way in which we see the heroic moment.
Okay.
Because I
fair.
don't minimize any of these heroic moments, because
Yes,
they're all very heroic.
no shade to anybody. Yes, yes.
So number 5 is Hercules, because he pops out and he's just like, he's holding her and he just punches him in the face, and it's like he walks
Oh,
out.
wow. Okay. All
Like,
right.
he walks out.
Wow. All right.
Number 4 is Mulan and Shan Yu, because she explodes him, which is fucking awesome. But I feel like her defeat of him, like the sort of like moment after, is not as like epic of a
diminished.
scale.
Yeah.
The moment for her is when she's in
Yeah.
front of the emperor and all of China is
Yeah.
bowing to her. So I like that moment a bit better than her defeating Shan Yu.
Oh, wait, because I want to go back because
Nope.
when I was thinking Mulan, I was like, I actually almost put when she gets to the top of the pole when they're training. No, but yeah, what I was really thinking was China bowing to her. Wait.
No.
All right.
No, you're not
fine.
going to throw this off.
China bowing to her. I know.
No. I've already committed. Don't make
All
me
right.
screw
All
up my
right.
list.
Okay.
Number 3 is Pocahontas throwing her body over John Smith, because that act is just like so. I mean, just like the movement of it, like
Oh
the
my God. And her
build-
hair is like draped over him.
Yep, it's
Oh.
draped over. It's all on like one side, just like the dramatic tension of the club in the air, the orange like sky, like the bloody
Yes.
sky, and all of the people there. It's just a truly like climactic moment, and it's just like pinnacle of like tension,
Yeah.
and it's really, really cool.
Pocahontas really gets the tension going. Like I need to rewatch that.
Story-wise, they have built that thing for a lot of tension. Number 2, because this is also a similar moment to Pocahontas, is Quasimodo's sanctuary moment. It's stunning. Just like you've got the fire happening around, around Notre Dame. You've got the sort of like wide pan shot, like that circles around Quasimodo as he holds Esmeralda's body up in the air and claims sanctuary, and it like goes behind him and you can see down among the people and everything like that. And it's just like, it's one of those moments. It just like gets you, because he's the guy that everyone has pegged for a loser, and like he saves the day, and the people that ridiculed him see him in this larger than life sort of way, and I really respond to that, and I think that's super cool. But hands down, number 1, this was easy for me.
Okay.
Moana and Tekka.
Yeah.
That scene is the single
I
best
rewatched all these
scene
yesterday
of that
and I was
film.
like, wow. Yeah.
It is beautifully animated. The slow motion of Moana and her hair moving, and like when she just says to the ocean, like, let her come to me, and it just parts.
Yes,
it's just like
let her come to me.
And it's like silent, and then you just get that like sound of like the ocean parting. And then you've got the music and her walking, and then Tekka's just like horrifying. It's like coming for her.
Scary.
She knows that there is a real good chance that she's going to die.
Yeah.
And she's not going to be able to get through to Te Fiti in Tekka. And she does it anyway.
Mine's a little bit different because I like actually completely agree with everything you said, like from a standpoint of like the tension building in the movie and directorially, like totally. Mine, because I made it, I'm just basing this more off emotions, because again, I'm an agent of chaos, and that's
you
how
are
I
an
roll.
agent of chaos.
So number 5 is Mulan, because I picked the wrong moment. I meant when China bows to her. That's what I meant. I wasn't thinking.
Yeah,
I thought it was all connected, and it wasn't.
If you had gone with China bowing to her, that would have made my life really, really difficult.
It would have been really okay.
That moment,
that's what I meant.
That moment makes me cry.
Oh, me too. All right, so fine. 5. 4, again, I don't disagree with you placing it number 1 at all. Moana facing Tekka is incredible. I'm basing this more on like, I'm thinking back to what I felt as a younger child, and Moana came around later, so it's not her fault. I rewatched that scene yesterday. It's incredible. Yeah, when you were saying, like, when she says, let her come to me, I die. And also just like women healing women, don't even get me started. Number 3, this was hard. Number 3 is Hercules rescuing Meg from the underworld.
That is saying something coming from you.
Yeah, it was about to be 2, and then I just changed my mind.
Okay.
Because you're right. In the moment itself, he kind of just steps up, punches Hades in the face. But I was thinking more about like, we're watching the Fates about to snip the string, and then they can't. And you see Hercules' body wasting away while he's swimming around trying to find Meg.
And he goes all ugly.
He gets all ugly. I remember being so tense as a child watching that. And then he like comes up and he's a hero and he's glowing. Oh, it's so good. I loved it. So then number 2 is Pocahontas throwing her body over John Smith, because that's just real. That's like a scene from like a live action adult movie.
Yeah.
He's about to get clubbed the F to death. Like, what? Oh my God. Like brains everywhere. Like, wow. And it's beautiful. And it ends up creating peace between the settlers and her tribe. Oh
Even if it's not real.
Even if it's completely fabricated and wrong. And like, that's why I sometimes only feel comfortable talking about Pocahontas in like moments, because we know that there are issues with what has been done to the story and everything.
Yep.
That one. And so then number 1 I have, based off of how I felt as a child, is Quasimodo claiming sanctuary. I remember like the concept of that when I was a child like really moved me, like that the church is like I don't know, it's affecting me now. Like the church is like a safe place. And like he's finally using his voice, and like the one thing that he really has had all along that Frollo has tried to squash is like his pure physical strength. And he's like, F it, I'm going to use it. And just the fact that like Esmeralda was almost burned at the stake. I just remember every time that he screamed it, I wanted to scream it too. Like I wanted to scream whenever he did that.
And Tom Hulce does such a good voice acting performance in that whole movie.
Incredible.
But in that moment specifically, it's so good.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. So my next one is rank these Disney sidekicks.
Okay.
And I'm not going to say why.
Okay.
Or like based on
just
why.
rank them.
Just rank them. Pascal, Flounder, Mushu, Olaf, and Miko.
Ooh, that's hard. Okay. All right. We're just going pure gut instinct here. So for number 5, I have Pascal. I love Pascal. I love his attitude. He's funny. But I think what I'm like subconsciously basing it on is like how much they want their friend to get their dream or to succeed or to be safe or whatever it is. And Pascal does, but he's lower on that scale. He's super cute, but Pascal, he's fine. I honestly like Maximus better.
Okay.
There you go. 4, this is hard. I love him, but Miko. He's hilarious. His like the whole biscuit thing and like his attitude like towards John Smith at first, like, and his playing off of Percy. I love it. He has such a great sidekick, like minor of his own storyline of everything with Percy, which I love. But if I would pick the sidekick that I love for Pocahontas, if you want to count it, I would say Grandmother Willow. She's not really a sidekick, but I kind of feel like she is. I love Miko though. I love Miko. I feel bad.
I'm just on Grandmother Willow as a sidekick. She's a supporting character.
All right, fine.
She's up for best supporting actress.
I like Miko better than Flit. Flit is an asshole. 3. Oh wait, I think I'm changing my mind. 3, I think is Flounder. I love Flounder. Flounder was about to be number 2, but now I'm thinking. Again, Flounder is just so genuine and just like wants Ariel to be safe, and he's a little bit nervous and scared.
Not a guppy.
Yeah. And like, you know, like literally she holds on to Flounder's fins and he swims her over to Prince Eric's wedding boat. Like that's why he was really like, I was thinking he'd be number 2. Like that's legit. So 2, and I have Mushu. Again, because I love Mushu's journey of like finding his place in being like protector and not just being someone who rings the gong to bring the ancestors, and like, and you know, when he gets all choked up when Mulan succeeds, he's like a great helper. I think in a way I would kind of want him to be my sidekick. I feel like he would work the hardest for me if he cared about me, and he's hilarious. I mean, he's unforgettable. And that one is Olaf. I know it's like a lot of people at this point are over Olaf because we've like Olafed out our lives, but I mean, oh my God, Olaf literally disappears himself, like while like still comforting Anna and telling her it's gonna be okay, and that he like gives her a hug. It's also because I like that he is still like, he gives us the sidekick humor, but he also brings us life lessons more than the other sidekicks. Like some people are worth melting for. And then honestly, Olaf's Frozen Adventure is enough to take away the crown for me. That's like one of my favorite Disney pieces ever.
All right.
So yeah, just the fact that he is like a lesson in and of himself. He's not just a sidekick. He's also a lesson and something to remember about love. That's what I love about him.
Okay. Well, I looked at this in terms of effectiveness because you're nothing to me if you're not
and
effective.
I am an agent of chaos.
So number 5 for me is Olaf because he is not an effective partner.
Oh, come on.
He would slow me down. I feel like I would throw him off a cliff because
he literally gets like squashed, pulled apart, trampled on, and he's like, I'm fine. He
has too many parts that come apart for me to keep track of. I'm like,
but he's always okay. He's like, I'm fine. Oh.
I would end up leaving his ass in the snow. I'd be like, I cannot worry
No.
about you. I'm trying to save the damn planet, and
All right.
you are too many pieces. You're too many damn
No,
pieces.
that's so mean. All right.
Number 4 is Miko, because while he is
Mhm.
hilarious and all in one piece, he's mischievous.
chaotic.
He's
Yeah.
mischievous, and I feel like he's doing his
He's gonna
own
cause
thing,
problems.
and I'm doing my own thing, and it's just sort of
Mhm.
like, yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
He's not helping me. Number 3, I
Mhm.
have Flounder, because
Mhm.
of that moment. Like, Flounder is he's a good conscience for Ariel. He's not
Mhm.
overbearing in the way that Sebastian can be,
Yeah.
but he's
I
a
agree.
nice, gentle reminder for her of like thinking things through, which she needs. And then he does truly just want the best for her always. Number 2 for me is Mushu, because I
Mhm.
think Mushu is quite effective. He doesn't
Mhm.
know what he's doing a whole lot of the time, and sort of like
Yeah.
happens upon things like solutions. But Mulan would definitely be dead without Mushu, and
Yeah.
Mushu would be dead without Mulan.
Oh, that's sweet.
And that moment of defeating Shan Yu, he does play an instrumental part.
He
in
really
that.
does.
Which leads me to number 1 being Pascal, because he
This
legit
is wrong.
he
This is
legit kills the
incorrect.
villain. He kills the
Oh,
villain of the
come
movie.
on.
He trips the bitch out the window. He is incredibly effective. He
Oh
is a
my
sidekick
God.
who kills the villain.
No.
He is willing to get in there and do the dirty work for Rapunzel. So like he
Yeah.
slaps Flynn around. He like kills Mother Gothel for her. He gets he
No.
attacks Mother Gothel, and then she beats him, and then he's like, "Oh, I'm dead." But he's like, "But just kidding. I'm gonna grab this hair and like trip her out the window."
No, right.
Incredibly effective.
All right. So this is kind of a simple one. Sorry, it's not 5 options, but it's for obvious reasons. So just rank the lands of the Magic Kingdom.
I was
And I'm
considering this
including-
one.
Yeah, I'm including Main Street. So Main Street,
Okay.
Adventureland, Frontierland, Liberty Square, Fantasyland, Tomorrowland.
Okay. Let me see. All right. So number 6 is pretty obvious, Main Street. Like,
Oh,
is that not obvious?
nope.
Not to you. That's probably number 1. So for me, Main Street, just because it's like you go through Main Street. It's not a place that I like take a whole lot of time in, because it's shopping and I'm like, get to the shit. So
All right.
number 5 for me is Tomorrowland,
Mhm.
where I like Tomorrowland a lot.
Mhm.
I think like structurally it's like really, really cool. Like the architecture's fun. But for me, like many of the rides and things that I like most about the Magic Kingdom aren't in Tomorrowland.
Mhm,
So
okay.
that's number 5. Number 4 is Adventureland, because I just like love the vibe that's happening there. But again, like most of my favorite rides
Mhm.
are not in Adventureland.
Okay.
Like I like the Jungle Cruise. I do really love Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Flying Carpets, I could like sometimes I like when I go there I never get on it. So like
All right.
I'm like I'd go on the Dumbo ride before I go on Magic Carpets,
Okay.
because it's the same thing. And then Tiki Room. Oh my god. Am I going to say this right now?
Oh no.
I like the Tiki Room. I liked Tiki Room under new management more than the original.
You what?
I did
Oh,
lot.
Wow.
a lot. I really did.
Wow. Okay.
Whew.
All right.
All right. Well, I made that confession to you all.
I appreciate the
Um,
vulnerability.
So that's you're welcome. So that's number 4. Number 3 is Liberty Square.
Mm-hmm.
Liberty Square, like even though it's like small and it has, 2 rides plus Hall of Presidents, the vibe of Liberty Square is just,
I just
like
love the
so
vibe.
great.
I know.
It's like I love it. I love the Columbia Harbor House. I love it.
I know.
It's
I know.
so
I know.
good. And the Haunted Mansion is just such a
It's
great
everything. Yeah.
freaking ride.
It's everything.
Number 2 for me is Frontierland, because that has two awesome rides
Okay.
in it. Like I love Splash Mountain and I love Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, and I love the like kind of stuff where I'm just like, yeah,
Yeehaw,
let
baby.
loose. Splash Mountain is also my favorite ride in the
You're
Magic
such a
Kingdom.
little like
so
plaid wearing boy. That's why.
I'm a little lumberjack.
You are.
But number one for me is Fantasyland
Yeah.
because it just has like all of the things that I love. And then
Exactly.
with the expansion of New Fantasyland, I'm like, I'm in love. You
Yeah.
have the Beast Castle, I'm in love.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's the breakdown.
Mm-hmm.
Your turn.
All
Tell me
right.
why you put Main Street as number 2. I'm dying to know.
Quiet. All right. Well, number 6 is Frontierland. I could like
You just hate that.
Yeah, I don't. I could like kind of do without that vibe. Like it's neither here nor there for me. We all know that I hate Splash Mountain. I do love Big Thunder Mountain, so I'm sorry, but I'm okay if they took Frontierland and now turned it into New Orleans Square. I'd be fine with it. I know that'll never happen, but I would be fine. 5 is Tomorrowland. But I know weird way I really like. I love the People Mover so much that I almost wanted to put Tomorrowland higher. But yeah, like the Indy Speedway is a hot mess. So yeah. Number 4 is Adventureland. I love the vibe. But yeah, it's kind of the same thing where it's like, I don't really like the Jungle Cruise, but and Dole Whip. Dole Whip is there, and like the Citrus Swirl is there. I love being in Adventureland. Just like the rides, meh. 3, Liberty Square, same thing. I just love the freaking vibe, the music, the feel. I love it. I can't explain it. I'm so glad that we connect on that because
Yep.
it's very hard to explain.
Yeah.
And I freaking adore the Haunted Mansion. I love the vibe. I don't step foot in the Hall of Presidents now. And I will not until we have a new president, but it doesn't matter. Like the Muppet show that they had for a little bit was so good. I love
Bring
I
it
love
back
over
with
there.
Hamilton. Bring it back with Hamilton.
Bring it back. It's about to be Hamiltonville anyway. 2 is Main Street, you bitch. Because nothing else. Yes, I understand. It is shopping. It is shopping.
That's why you love it.
That's partially why I love it. But it's all nothing. It's again, it has to do with the Disney tinglies feeling, and very few things give me the tinglies the way that Main Street USA does. I listen to that soundtrack whenever I need to feel better. That's like where I stop and I like get my Starbucks, which again is very specific to me, and I understand that. I love the feeling. I love that time period as well. Like I'm obsessed with the turn of the century feel.
Mm-hmm.
I love it there. It makes me feel happy, and there's lots of yummy treats on Main Street USA. So number 2.
I don't have time for the treats.
And yeah, number 1 is Fantasyland. I'm pissed off now that I've seen the Beast Castle that Tokyo got. Like, and ours is just pathetic as fuck.
I'm
okay?
not gonna say it's pathetic.
It's pathetic. It's not enough. We deserve better. Get rid of Enchanted Tales with Belle and give us the ride. Give us the Beast Castle. But yeah, when New Fantasyland opened, like my brain exploded.
So my next one is rank these showstopper Disney movie musical moments.
Ooh.
All right. The Let It Go sequence from Frozen. The I See the Light sequence from Tangled. The Be Our Guest sequence from Beauty and the Beast. The I'll Make a Man Out of You sequence from Mulan. And the Savages sequence from Pocahontas.
Oh. Okay. Huh. All right. I don't feel very good about this.
Good.
Okay. 5 is Savages.
Okay.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. Like, there's so much tension there. I mean, tension galore. Wow, Pocahontas. We need to do an episode on tension in Pocahontas.
Yeah.
But does it, like, stop the show? No. I would, like, maybe Colors of the Wind. I don't know. So I just didn't know how to feel about that, really. So it's 5. 4, in a way, all right, 4, Let It Go. I love the song. The song and the journey within the song means the world to me. But the sequence is beautiful. It just, even like I find, even when I saw it on Broadway, I'm like, I want more, but I don't know how. I not like I have any better ideas, But I feel like it could be just, there's one little teensy little change and it could be like the be all end all.
Okay.
I feel weird about that. All right. 3 is Be Our Guest. That's hard for me. My gut was telling me to put it higher because I love the development of Be Our Guest from like a simple little song into an absolute showstopper. And it's like you have the iconic performance by Jerry Orbach as Lumiere. And there's just so many fun visual things going on. The gray stuff. I mean, it's a show within a show.
Yeah.
It should be higher. I hate this, and I'm really mad about this. Maybe it should be higher. Don't think I stand by this at all. So the next is I'll Make a Man Out of You because, again, the moment that the song leads to is so epic of Mulan finally getting to the top of the pole and she being the only one who does it. And you see what it took for her to get there. And also just like Donny Osmond singing that song absolutely slaps. I think I want to switch those two, but we're just going to forge ahead. And number 1 is I See the Light. That song is incredible. The visual honestly changed like my existence, my expectation of romance, of like what I want any event in my life to look like. Yeah, it's visually stunning. It is a showstopper. And it gives me all of the feels. This was weird for me.
I could tell. Yeah.
Yeah.
So my number 5 was the I'll Make a Man Out of You sequence, because while I love that sequence and there are like elements of it that are like really
showstopper. Yeah, you're right.
That are like really
it's
cool.
4.
It doesn't just, there's not like a moment that just like floors me.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4 is Savages, because while I feel like Savages kind of does fit in the same sort of way that I'll Make a Man Out of You does, and that it's very like, you know, narrative and whatnot. The moment that does floor me is when they're like walking. You have like the silhouettes of them like walking, and then you have,
I was gonna say, is it the shadows and the silhouettes? Yeah.
And then you've got the like faces of Radcliffe and like his men, like it's doubled. Oh God, it's just like, that is incredible. Like it's so cool. Number 3 for me, I put Be Our Guest because I think, I mean, all the reasons that you said, like, I don't really have anything else to add to it. Like, it's all those reasons. Number 2 for me is Let It Go. That's
valid.
Let It Go.
That was my original ranking, was number 2 for Let It Go. I'm very torn.
I mean, our friendship almost came to an end over my obsession with Let It Go.
Tell them the story. You know what? Now's as good a time as ever. Tell
my God.
Tell it now. I said we would tell it one day, and now you're going to. Tell it.
Well, Caroline, I went through a period of like just straight up not talking to Caroline because I wanted to show her before Frozen was released that they had some more footage of the song as part of the World of Color sequence that they had added to it. And I tried to show her this video on a day when she was not having it. And she was like, Connor, I don't have time for you right now. And I was like,
those words did not come out of my
and
mouth.
I was like, okay.
You changed it. The last time you told the story, that is not what you said. You're such a liar.
It was either, Connor, I don't have time for you right now, or I don't have time for this right now. But you definitely said my name.
It was never you. I wouldn't say that.
But I was like, all right, you don't have time for this. You don't have time for me. Let It Go and Frozen are part of my identity. Goodbye. And I just straight up did not talk to Caroline.
Y'all, he walked past me when I was sitting like on like a corner. He walked past me, looked at me, and kept on walking.
Yeah.
Like I was a piece of trash in the road.
Well,
okay?
You treated me like trash. But then I got the voicemail of like, Connor, I know that something is wrong and I don't like this and I feel like this is stupid. I'm sorry if I did something wrong. And then I was like, it's fine. And now we're friends. But I remember watching that sequence in the movie theater. And when it finished, I was like, that was worth the price of my movie ticket. Right now, we sort of take it for granted a little bit.
We
because
do.
We've seen it so many times.
Yeah.
But watching her build that ice castle for the first time, my jaw was on the floor. I was like, this.
And like the way that children are universally drawn to it, I find very interesting, like across the board.
Yeah. But number one for me is I See the Light because
I knew we would have that in common.
we would not have
It's
had
everything to us.
It's everything to us, and we would not have had the Let It Go sequence had we not had
True.
I See the Light.
Mhm.
And I See the Light.
preach it.
I start I See the Light from the guitar part when the king and queen exit. And
Oh,
they
that
lift
part
the
makes me
lantern.
sob. I didn't even count that. That part makes me cry like a baby when the king cries. Oh my god.
Yeah, I
No.
started from there with that lantern being
Okay.
lifted up, and then like just when you see the one lantern and Rapunzel sees the one lantern, and then all of the other ones just start like coming out.
Yep.
Oh my god, it's
Yeah,
just
it's stunning.
It's just
Oh, it's
gorgeous, and
everything.
it changes every idea of like what you can do with animation, and it's perfect.
I
and
agree.
It's wonderful, and it stops the whole damn show.
Speaking of romance, here we go. This run requires a little bit of extra information. So, rank these Disney's fairy tale weddings ceremony locations. These are all available on the website, and I'm giving you a little description with each in case it's hard to visualize. I obviously did not include in front of Cinderella's Castle because that's too good, so it's an automatic winner, so it's not in this selection.
Good.
All right. So we have the Italy Isola at the World Showcase. And there on the website, it says, celebrate with a lively Italian-style wedding beside the waters of Venice, where gondolas and colorfully striped mooring poles are the very picture of unbridled romance. Next, we have Pandora in Animal Kingdom. Take in striking surroundings in the valley of Moara, where breathtaking floating mountains provide an epic backdrop for your ceremony. And like, you know, they have a picture of it. This goes really well with the pictures on the website. Like they showed the bioluminescence going. It was stunning. Next, we've got the classic Disney Wedding Pavilion. It says, nestled on the shores of Seven Seas Lagoon on its own private island, Disney's Wedding Pavilion is the perfect place to bring to life the fairy tale wedding of your dreams. And included all this stuff about the angle where you can see Cinderella's castle from and the footbridge across to it and all that stuff. Next, we have Luau Beach at the Polynesian, which is on, you can see across the water to the Magic Kingdom. And it says, be enveloped by relaxing island vibes as you commemorate your union in an intimate ceremony on sugar white sand framed by tropical trees. And finally, so we have the Tower of Terror courtyard. Now bear with me. Here's what it says. And the picture that goes along with it, I almost need you to pull it up. I think I might need you to pull up the website. Here's what it says. Check in for a truly one-of-a-kind celebration in an outdoor courtyard inspired by old Hollywood. Transport back in time to the 30s, the golden age of Hollywood. A sophisticated backdrop for your wedding ceremony that will immerse you. The towering hotel and the hanging chandelier illuminates the timeless courtyard with lush greenery and vibrant flowers that surround the space. Okay, those are your choices.
Okay. Well, I have mine.
Okay.
Number 5 is the Disney Wedding Pavilion.
I know, we don't like it.
It's too basic for me. It's too basic. I think bigger. I think bigger than that.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4 for me is Luau Beach because while I do like that sort of like tropical vibe, it's a beach. It's sand. I don't want to be sand.
Oh, okay.
It's
Okay.
No, I don't
I
want to be in
forgot
sand.
that about you. Oh,
Yeah.
I forgot. I would have picked something else. I forgot. Okay.
No. It's okay. So number 3 for me is Pandora.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's just like a little bit odd for me of like a place to be married.
I didn't think about that.
But
I just looked at how
epic-wise,
beautiful it was.
But epic and beautiful, like it checks all my boxes.
There's like a huge like waterfall coming down from one of the floating islands. Like I was like, that's beautiful. And the
I'm like,
bioluminescence.
for sure,
Yeah,
for
it would
sure.
be a little weird though.
I mean, honey, this is why it's coming in at number 3. Number 2 for me is Italy because I mean I love the whole Italian vibes and I loved going to Italy and yeah, I have a lot of attachment to that. But number 1 for me is this Tower of Terror courtyard. I had no idea.
Wait till you see the picture.
I had
It's
no idea that this was a
beautiful.
possibility. Even
Yes.
if it was like haunted and full of cobwebs, I feel like that would be awesome.
It's beautiful.
I just think that it's so cool. That old Hollywood style would be so
Mhm.
cool for a wedding. Like,
Yep, I agree.
I think
I
that's
agree.
I think that's a truly unique, and also because it's part of a park's identity.
To be honest with you, mine is the same as yours, except I would put Luau Beach. I love the beach feel. I don't mind the sand. But if I was going to go for that feel, I would just go straight to Hawaii and go to Aulani or just go somewhere else in Hawaii if I wanted that vibe for my wedding. So mine is the same, except for the top two where I would switch those. The Tower of Terror courtyard, please go look up this picture. I was truly blown away. But then for some reason, the Italy Isola, as they call it, has always been on my mind. Like since I was a kid, I was like, that's where my wedding's gonna be, like right on the water in Epcot. Right? Are you looking at the picture, you guys? Like, oh, it's so good. Isn't it beautiful?
Oh my God.
You all need to look up this picture. You will be floored.
Oh my living hell.
That, like, the lighting and the flowers, it's so glamorous.
Sweet Lord. This is, oh my God.
For a minute, I was really sold on Pandora because I'm like, I've always wanted my wedding to have like a magical edge to it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, glowing flowers, sign me up. But yeah,
for me,
then if I'm like,
waterfall, I'm like, huh.
The
But
waterfall.
also, it's an alien planet. Like, let's remember that.
yeah, then being like, I'm in Pandora, which I have no emotional connection to, getting married. Yeah, it'd be weird. Yeah.
All right, so for my last one, rank these spooky Disney moments. This is my Halloween.
Oh, I love.
My Halloween one. So
Great.
Winifred Sanderson's fingernail cutting through the screen of Max's window in Hocus Pocus. Hearing Ichabod Crane's laughter turn into the Headless Horseman's cackle in The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. When the lightning strikes to reveal Fidget hanging upside down outside Basil's apartment in The Great Mouse Detective. Snow White singing to her pie when a shadow covers her and she looks up to see the evil queen as a hag full on in the windowsill in Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last one, the Horned King walking slowly down the steps in the fog towards his army of lifeless skeletons as he monologues his plan in the Black Cauldron.
All right. So for number 5, I have the Fidget Basil moment.
Okay.
Because purely when you described it, like it is, but when you described it, I don't get any scary feels. Don't know why. 4 is the Horned King. And me and the Horned King have a whole history because like I wasn't allowed to watch that movie for the longest time when I was younger because my mom thought the Horned King would terrify me. And so then when I watched it and I was fine, I was like, he's not that scary. So 4.
Even though he's terrifying.
He is, but I was like pissed. I was like, I could have handled that ages ago.
You're like, oh, I could take you.
Exactly. Number 3 is the Hocus Pocus moment.
Okay.
It started to get hard in the top 3.
Mm-hmm.
2 is Ichabod into the Headless Horseman cackle because I'm just a little sucker for Sleepy Hollow shit. What can I say? I mean, yeah, I just love that story. I am into it. And number 1 by far is Snow White seeing the witch in the window. The witch is so scary. Like, in a way, that more than any of the others, that's my worst nightmare. Where I'm, like, living my life, and then someone is at my window. Yeah, that's the nightmare. So it's that one.
Yeah. All right. So for me, number 5 was the Horned King walking down the steps because I love the Horned King, and I think he is, like, freaky AF, and there are so many moments with him that are just like absolutely spooky that it's sort of like, how do you even pick one? And they all start to just like, I feel like I've become immune to it. I also am like so into the Horned King where I'm just like, he's so terrifying that I'm like intrigued by it.
Yeah.
Number 4 for me is Snow White singing to her pie.
Oh, okay.
Mostly because that's usually a jump scare, and I don't like to give jump scares the time of day. I don't like the control that they have over me and my body. So I'm punishing that moment by putting it at number 4. Number 3 for me is Ichabod Crane's laughter turning into the Headless Horseman. I think it's just like such a really cool effect and it works so well. There's just so many cool things that happen in that short of like with sound as he's going through the woods to get back to his house. And I think that moment is like really, really, really cool. Number 2, this is like one of Aaron's biggest fear moments Winifred Sanderson's fingernail cutting through that screen. It is like, there are many moments of Hocus Pocus that are like, oh, like little spooky. That is the one like scary image because it's just like, you realize things like that where you're like, oh, I feel like I'm like protected. There's a screen in the window. And it's like, it means nothing.
It's so
she
true.
just like cuts it with her fingernail. And then like it's followed by like the door like opening a little bit and then closing.
Yeah.
Whew. And then number 1 for me is the Great Mouse Detective moment.
Oh,
for me, Fidget, I think, like, as silly of a character as he is, and as like has some of the most horrifying moments in that movie. So this one is cool because it's like the Snow White moment of like they're just minding their own business, and then there's just like someone watching them, and he's hanging upside down. He has those yellow eyes, and you don't see it, and then the lightning flashes, and you see it, and Olivia screams. And yeah, I think that's I think that's like really spooky.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
All right.
This is it. This is a big one. This is why I saved it for last. There are definitely more than 5 options.
Of course.
All right.
Agent of Chaos.
Yeah. Rank these Disney parks songs. Here we go. Grim Grinning Ghosts. Listen to the Land. The Tiki 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 Room. Yo-Ho, A Pirate's Life for Me. It's a Small World. Golden Dream from The American Adventure. And finally, One Little Spark from The Journey into Imagination.
This was not as hard as I thought it was going to be. As soon as I started putting them down, I was like, oh, I know this.
Okay, hit me. Let's do it.
All right. Number 7 is Listen to the Land. Because it's a fun tune. But not one that like sticks with me that I'm just like, like jamming out
Again,
to.
I feel like it's a weird personal thing of mine.
Yeah, sure. Number 6 is It's a Small World. Because it's a classic song. It's good. It's too catchy. And it gets stuck in your head. And no. I don't need that in my life.
Yeah. Okay.
Number 5 is Pirates. Yo-Ho, A Pirate's Life for Me. Because 90% of that song is just like grumbling, and I don't know half of the shit that they're saying, and so I just like tune it out.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm gonna drink up, and I'm like, oh my god,
it does sound like that. You're not wrong.
Number 4 for me is One Little Spark. It's catchy and it's fun, and I like the ties to Figment, but sometimes it can get a little nightmare-y. But
yeah, it definitely can.
Not as bad as Small World does or Pirates because I don't know the lyrics. At least with One Little Spark, I can sing along, and there are more lyrics than Small World. Number 3 is The Tiki Room. I think that song is just like so fun and clever, and it's just like the melody is just relaxing, and
it is very relaxing. I agree.
It's just I know that we've been talking about vibes the whole show, but
vibes.
Like,
it's all about vibes.
It's all about the vibes.
Yep.
Number 2, Grim Grinning Ghosts. I think that song is just like, that is some like peak Disney attraction music because the lyrics are so cool. The tune is fun. The concept of Grim Grinning Ghosts captures exactly what the ride is, of that sort of like spooky and fun, spooky, silly sort of stuff that we talked about 2 episodes ago. Like that song, I think, just perfectly encapsulates a vision for that ride. And then number 1 is Golden Damn Dream.
Golden freaking Dream.
Golden Dream is just... It's
so good. It's so
like,
good.
It makes me just like feel the feels and just like I'm like, I can do fucking anything. And me and Aaron, we have a interpretive dance to this thing, and we have been doing for years. Like, it is just everything that's just like good and just wholesome, and you're just like, fuck yeah, America. Even when like no, America.
Even when you don't feel like that.
You're just like, there's some things about this country that are worth fighting for.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God. And when you walk out of the American Adventure and it's got the lines to the song on the like ceiling, like above,
Oh,
and it's
yes.
in like
And you're just
gold
like, yes!
embossed lettering, and you're like, yes, we can do anything. All right, your turn. Rank them.
Mine is very close to yours.
All right.
So for number 7, I've got It's a Small World.
Okay.
Again, it's the same thing where I love this. This is the thing. Whenever someone has played it at the piano slowed down, I bawl like a baby because those lyrics are so touching. But as it is in the ride, number 7. If you slow that song down and listen to it with a piano, it's the most touching sentiment about us helping each other and being one.
Oh.
Okay.
She's starting to break.
Number 6, we've got One Little Spark for the same. It's super fun. I love bouncing along to it in the ride. The issue becomes when it becomes nightmarish later on, when it just won't leave your head. And that ride is a little bit nightmarish, but I also kind of love it in a weird way. Like, it's terrible.
I love that ride.
And
I love that ride.
I love to hate it. I'll always ride it. This was starting to get hard. 5, I put Tiki Room, but I do love that song. Again, love the vibes. It's a little simple, I guess that's it, but that's why it's good. It definitely is it serves its purpose in the ride, and I love it. 4 is Listen to the Land. I can't explain it. I am obsessed with this song. I sing it all the time. Just make believe you're a tiny little seed. I find it like very like uplifting.
All right.
I love it. I still wish it was in the ride. And then at number 3, I totally see what you're saying about, I don't know what they're saying in the song, but again, Yo-Ho, A Pirate's Life for me is about the vibes. And it just gives me so many vibes and is just like Disney to the core. And so I have to give it credit for that. And then, number 2, Grim Gritting Ghost. What a masterpiece. Exactly what you were saying. How did they encapsulate that ride so perfectly? And there's so many like different moods within the song too that match up with the different moods of the ride. It's wonderful.
But just like the phrase grim grinning ghosts is like, that's it.
When
that's
the crypt doors creak and the tombstones quake. Yes. Spooks come out come on. And number 1 is Golden Dream. Pure feels.
Pure feels.
Me and Connor are two of the people who have a lot to say about, what is going on in the state of this country right now. We are not American apologists at all. So if this song can really get us in the patriotic feels, I mean, that says a lot. It's just, again, form over content. It's a soaring, incredible ballad with amazing vocals. And it just, you leave the American Adventure and like, America can do anything.
That's how we do.
And that's that. That's our game.
That was a lot of fun. I like that one.
It was so fun. Lots of feels.
Cool. So I guess we should wrap up the episode.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for listening. We really appreciate it.
We are super proud and grateful to be listed in FeedSpot's top 60 Disney podcasts.
Yeah, that happened.
Right in there at number 31, which is really nice. I mean, there are so many out there, and so we're really grateful. That was a really nice thing to
and
hear.
I think that list is like constantly moving. So
help us climb the ranks. It's the Game of Thrones, y'all.
Yeah, I think if you help us play this Game of Thrones and we can win.
I did see that they were kind of measuring how many people are following you on Facebook. So I know that we're all trying to like move away from Facebook and we don't use it as much, but just if you could go just like our page on Facebook, that would be super helpful.
Mm-hmm. And just a reminder, our PayPal link is live. You can access it either in the episode description below or on the links from any of our social media sites. If you have a couple extra dollars, we would definitely appreciate it. Every little bit helps us keep this podcast up and running, covering costs and coming right to your ears. So we would really appreciate any extra dollars that you might have. Goes a long way for us.
Yes. As we always say, please follow us on social media. On Twitter, we are at UnfortunatePod. And on Facebook and Instagram, we are at Poor Unfortunate Podcast. And you can always email us. poorunfortunatepodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah. And don't forget to tell your friends to listen. Remember to rate, review, and subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts. Every little bit that you do there helps us reach new people. And yeah. And
so just keep your head up, y'all. Make sure that you're registered to vote. Wear a mask.
When in doubt, play a game.
Self-love and self-care. Play games like this with your friends. Honestly, I will say I'm having just a really bad time, and this was a really nice distraction for a little while.
This was actually
a
really
lot of
good
us are having a hard time. Yeah.
Alrighty.
All
well,
right, everybody.
Thank you all for listening, and until next time,
Beluga Savruga.